Hi, I'm Ken.
And I'm John.
And we're
all about tools.
It's great to have you here again tonight. We're really excited about tonight's show.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of cool things to do.
We do.
And but before we get into that, there are a couple things that we've needed to talk about that you wanted to kind of get out for the audience every week, and we always forget to. So let's take a moment right now and get that done.
We want to talk about our coupon code, and we have 2 coupon codes this week.
Okay.
We've launched our new website, as I'm sure most of you know, and what we do is to get you to get out to the website and place an order. We're offering a $10 off coupon at checkout with your order of $100 or more, and that covers anything on the website, of course, except for Festool products. So the coupon code is FONS, and that stands for First Order, New Site. So if you remember that, when you go on the website, anything over $100, put in that coupon code, and it'll automatically take $10 off your checkout price.
Now, our new website is something they do have to check out because, one, it's brand new. It took, what was that, a year and a half, almost 2 years to develop?
Yeah, I mean, and now it's outdated. It looks like it's from the 70s.
But we tried.
That's it.
But we tried. But we're still improving it. We're doing more things to it. So don't just check back this one time, but every week you come back, it's going to be different.
Yeah, and we're adding videos every week to it on the main page.
And these videos are rated?
Pretty much GP.
Oh,
you know.
GP?
Yeah.
GP, PG you mean?
PG.
Oh, wow. Okay, that medication hasn't worn off yet, has it?
Anyway, we have an entire section that you can go to, and you can just view all of the tools that we have that have video demos on them, which is really nice. You just go into it, click on it. It either opens automatically when you go into the product, or you click on the little icon that's a movie camera, and you can see a full clip video on it. Most of the videos are very short. Some of them are only 15, 20 seconds, but it's just enough to give you an idea what the tool's all about. So that's going to grow every week. Mm-hmm. Another thing that we want to mention is the coupon code for anything you see on each show. When you log into the website, this is only if you purchase on the website, go to any one of the tools that you've seen on the show. If you purchase that tool, it'll automatically come up at a 10% discount when you go to checkout. And again, that excludes all Festool power tools and accessories. There's no discounts on those at all.
And that is good only for the week of the show.
That's right. And we also want to mention that Festool has just introduced a great rebate program that's going to run through the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And if you buy 3 tools, you get a rebate coupon for $90. And for every tool after that you buy with that order, you get an additional $30 rebate. So it's a great time to save with Festool.
Buy 3 tools, you get $90. That's the minimum.
Right, a rebate coupon, right?
Correct.
That's the minimum.
And buy 5 tools, you get $150.
That's right.
That scared me. I couldn't figure it out at first.
Okay,
well, great. So anyway, that was some stuff that we wanted to get through.
Yep.
Thanks for the feedback from last week's show, although we probably won't get to it today because we have so much to do.
That's right. And we don't have any do-overs today. So
but that gives us opportunity to screw up this week.
Maybe we'll have one next week. But, so that's about it. The coupon code for this week, if you could back up just a little bit there.
1121.
112106. So that's 112106. Mm-hmm. You type that in at checkout, and that'll give you 10% off any of the tools that you see here tonight. And that'll be active by 10 o'clock tomorrow morning because it's not active right now, except for Festool.
Correct.
Okay, what do we got tonight, Ken?
We have just some incredibly cool stuff we're going to be doing. One thing that has just got application that is beyond solid surface, beyond just cabinetry, it's just, this goes all the way down even for the home hobbyist, is the vacuum clamp, the V-clamp.
That's right.
And you're going to be showing that. That's going to be really exciting to see. We're going to talk about hand sanding techniques and some of the tools that make that process easier.
Okay.
We're also going to be talking about hot melt guns. And we have the video clip, which everybody's got to see that.
We've got a great commercial that you've got to stand by for. I think it's our first commercial, isn't it? So you've got to watch that. We did a scientific experiment
Scientific?
On the 3M guns. Yes, it was scientific. Absolutely.
What kind of science was it?
Well,
Same
I don't
kind of
know.
science that thought the world was flat.
Like mad science.
That's right. So, but we're going to we are going to talk about hot milk guns, and we're going to round it out tonight by talking about this Festool, the EC Tech drill, 12 volt.
Now we already talked about that. So what's the deal?
We learned a lot more about this tool, and I am amazed at what goes into this thing. All the way from the drive system to the power delivery, even down to the clutch chuck on it. This is incredible, and it deserves really a very serious second look, because what you think might be a small, fairly ineffectual drill, this thing can hold its own against an 18 volt any day of the week.
Great.
So I'm excited about that. So just a lot to cover. So we're going to have a blast. So why don't we jump into it?
Let's get started with this one. Our first item is vacuum clamps, and this is probably one of the most popular tools that we have that really suck, and that's just the way it is.
Of course.
But anyway, this is a single-sided vac clamp, and this is a double-sided vac clamp. This one is designed to be fixed on a board and used in a vertical or horizontal position. This one is got a vacuum on both sides, and it can be sucked down to one product and then another product put on top of it to hold. So it could go on a spoil board on a CNC, moved around very easily, or this could be bolted onto a CNC or a workbench or any flat non-porous surface for routing, sanding, drilling, whatever. Great product. They work on what's called a venturi, so you don't need a vacuum pump. So you just apply compressed air to it. It shoots air through a chamber and blows air out this little hole, and while it's doing that, it's sucking air in through this other hole, which creates the vacuum.
Okay.
And it works on as little as 1 CFM of air, so it'll run off the smallest compressors. Let's just show you what one looks like. We're going to go ahead and stand this in this MC Woodworking machinery table. This is a clamping device on this table. I know we've shown this table goes up and down a lot, but we've not shown the clamping system yet, and this holds it nice and tight. This is in a vertical position. We've got air hooked to this line, and this is a lever valve. So you simply turn that on. You can now hear the air blowing out of here. This is applied to that surface till it's held, and it's held tight. So now you could file this, you could sand on it, drill holes in it, whatever you want to do. If you're working on solid surface, I'm not sure exactly what you're going to need in a vertical position. You may know more than I, but if you're in a horizontal position, you could be routing backsplashes, things like that. One nice feature to these is that you can hook several of these up in series. So if you needed to hold big boards, let's say your application was a flat panel, you could mount a couple of these to a flat surface, have it running, bring your flat panel up, hold it right to it, and then go ahead and do the work that you wanted to do. Okay? So that's the single side. This can be used mounted to a board that's portable or mounted to a table, workbench permanently. Okay? So go ahead and release the pressure on this.
Because of the limited demand on air, easy to take to the field.
That's correct, exactly. Also, another feature on all of these is that this just has a rubber gasket in it, and you can actually, if you need to hold a smaller board, you can put this in a different shape, and you can put this into any one of these shapes as long as this hole right here is within that area to create the vacuum. So if you're doing little tiny parts, you can do it in a small square, or if you're doing long, thin parts, you can put it in there, so you can pretty much hold just about anything on this.
So that would be great for if somebody were an artist, let's say, even holding things for carving.
Oh, absolutely.
You could fix it in, and you could work from a carving base, and that will hold. So once again, the application is just myriad for something like that.
Or this could actually hold a bracket that holds something else that you're working on just the same. Okay? So we'll take this one out, set that one there. The next one, we're going to disconnect this one with a simple quick disconnect, and we're going to connect this one. Now, if we wanted to hook these up into series, we could use a T that looks like this, and they're all quick disconnect. and this is about a 1/4 inch. It's actually, I think it's, is it 4 millimeter or 5 millimeter hose? But anyway, you can use a standard size hose. Somebody told me it's difficult to find it, but other people are saying 4 millimeter. Some people are saying it's no problem finding it. So anyway, we've got that. This is the 2-sided unit. And this virtually sticks to just about anything. You can hold it to any vertical surface like that as well. Okay? And, oh, geez.
Oh, you stuck? That'll grab wood. You got to be careful.
Oof, man. I guess it does grab wood. Woo! Thanks, Ken. You saved my life. All right, now, enough of that. I just happen to think, though, you know what this would be great for? All kidding aside, if you had a boat or a motorhome, all right, you could put this down on your dinner table, and then this could hold your plate in place, so while you're driving down the road, you can have dinner and not have everything flying all over the place.
Or it could even hold your TV screen, or your screen on your dash, and nobody would see.
That's right, exactly, and all you'd have to do is listen to that noise of the air blowing the whole time.
It's like having your window rolled down.
Okay, now, what we're going to do is we're going to show one of the features of this that are kind of neat. We're going to suck this down to the table. Now, this is a pattern. Obviously, you can see it is a pattern of nothing, but we just quickly cut it up with a jigsaw. And we've drilled 2 holes into it and put a 1/4 inch gasket material around it. This is just a simple door gasket material. We routed a 1/4 inch groove all the way around it for that to set into. This will set onto here. And then now you can take another board that you want to route to this pattern. You route, set that right on there, and that sucks right down tight, okay? Now, if everything goes right, and remember this is live TV, live internet, whatever, maybe it'll be TV someday, I don't know. Going to put on our safety goggles here. We've got a bottom bearing bit applied to this router, and that bottom bearing is going to ride on our template underneath. Now, normally if I was doing a bunch of these, I would probably rough cut these to a close shape and then not have to bore through all the material. Now, we can't use a vacuum on this, and it would really be nice to have a Denray dust collection wall here and suck up all the debris, but maybe we'll have that on one of the upcoming episodes, huh?
There you go.
All right, so we're just going to check this for depth. We're going to hit the hose?
No, go ahead. That's amazing.
Well, that went off with a hitch.
That was amazing.
Okay, so now, as you can see, other than the mess we've done, we've actually routed this, and now we have 2 pieces exactly the same.
And this is great because when I had a solid surface shop, one of the things we would do is when we were making cutting boards, we would do it the same exact way. We would have a model underneath it, and just by setting a piece right on top of material, you could put a router on it, you could make a rapid cut, and you would have it right away. So it was, it's a great way of doing it. This makes it simple because you can set up the table anywhere.
Okay, a lot of people are buying these to use on CNCs. Mm-hmm. This particular gasket won't necessarily work on a CNC, so the manufacturer has come up with a neat little kit. These are little silicone blocks, and what they do is you take this out and you would replace it with what's called a tall seal. It's a little bit different shape. Instead of round, it's rectangular. It fits in exactly the same way. You would feed that around, bring it back together on the other end, and just smush it till it fits. Okay, now this works on products that are non-porous but a little bit rough. It would hold like, I'm thinking of like wavy stained glass or something like that. Maybe some pieces of stone of some kind that aren't perfectly flat. But what these do is these fit in each one of these little squares. And what happens is when you put your product on, it gets sucked in place, but it actually indexes to these yellow pads. So when you set your CNC up, this is your bottom point, always. So that there's no flexing up and down, no sponginess. So if you're going to buy these for a CNC, you need to buy these attachments to go with it. I'm not sure what these clamps cost. They're around 60, 70 bucks a piece, something like that. They're certainly a bargain. The fact that you can hook them up in series and use them on a CNC table or a large production table of any kind. Just set a sheet down, turn the vacuum on, route it, clamp it, do whatever you want. So that's about it for this one. Unless you have any questions. I don't see any questions on the board for it.
Can you use them on any surface? Can you use them with CNC? And of course, we know we can put them in series, so you could actually put 8 of these connected together just using T connectors.
That's correct.
And you could make a large table. I know we've had fabricators and people talk to us about putting 3 and 4 in a row and working on something on a long straight bench and holding it.
That's correct. All you would have to purchase to connect 2 together, you wouldn't necessarily use the T on all of them because you can connect. No, as a matter of fact, I think you do have to use a T on each one.
Yes, because you'd have your line.
That's correct.
Supply line coming in, one going to your pod, and then traveling out to the next pod. And then
That's
the same
correct.
thing in succession. So you'd need multiple Ts.
Right. And these V clamps are made by a young man in Australia who was kind enough to come down to the show and demonstrate for us. And really nice guy. If you're watching, hello, Errol.
And this was without a doubt one of our largest sellers.
Oh yeah, we sold a ton of these at the show. Well, what's nice about it is that there's so many different uses for it. You can use these for just about anything. Okay? How's our time look?
Actually, we're getting just about ready to go to a commercial in a couple minutes, but let's set that up to...
You're going to do the Vario Pro first, weren't you?
Let's set that up to... well, we may end up coming back to it after our commercial just because we're running out of time.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we'll save the Vario Pro for after the commercial. I'll save that for you.
Okay.
I just want to talk briefly about a couple things that make sanding so much better. So many times when you're doing hand sanding, you see people use their fingers. Well, the problem with your fingers is the pressure is very uneven.
That's correct.
So when you sand, you're getting an uneven sanding finish just by using your hand. We have a couple blocks that are really great. They're made by Coltec Industries, I believe.
That's correct.
And they are for flat pad sanding. They're ergonomic. As you can see, it fits your palm with finger rests. So it's a very comfortable pad to use. It's got a nice flat surface, and it comes in one of a couple ways. It comes PSA for sticky back paper, and it uses just a simple round sticky back pad. This is for a 5-inch.
Right.
A little smaller model than the 6-inch. This is the 6-inch version.
What's nice is it uses all the pads that you have in your shop anyway.
Correct. We've got just one more minute of commercial, so briefly about these. You can use hook and loop on this. You can use PSA on this. And the great thing about using these when you sand is when you sand flat, it maintains a perfectly flat surface.
Right.
When you want a little bit more pressure, you can roll right up on the edge.
Okay.
So a fantastic tool for helping you when you're sanding in a flat situation and you want to maintain a good clean finish.
Right.
And even when you want to get right up tight, because nice sharp edge, you can get right up into
I see the edge is nice and square as well.
Yeah, so these are great for hand sanding. We're going to hit the Vario Pro as soon as we come back from our commercial.
Right.
But once again, these right here, so you're aware, it comes in either PSA or hook and loop, and these are in stock, and they're available once again. This size, hook and loop, or PSA 5-inch, same thing.
Okay,
So
we'll see you right after commercial.